Well, we played for everybody who was able to dress today and healthy, got the opportunity to play. And that's the purpose of this game, to tune up before we hit conference play next week on the road to Sanford and Mercer. So I think overall we showed some spurts where we were really, really good. And then we kind of dropped off a cliff at certain times. Part of that was youngness, seeing that kids we're still trying to feel our way. We have some injuries that have really kind of hampered us when we came back on the 27th, so we've been trying to go back to some chemistry windows. But I think that, Kiley Allison was fantastic today. I think she had 20 points on the day. Didn't want to play her late in that fourth quarter, but we had so many, we kind of got out of because couldn't score. We just kind of got our decisions with the basketball, got around the rim. I may have to talk to Todd Long and Rory Jimerson, who are our facilities folks, and talked about fixing the rim and the nets, because us and the men on that far end really struggled putting the ball in the hole. So we may just switch these goals from this point forward. So we'll go from that. Well, it's everything is a depth builder because the grind of the Southern Conference. You play so many games. We're going to play 14 over a 2 months window. And driving, taking off 5 hours and then busting across to Macon, if I could talk today, Macon, Georgia, to play Mercer. Our ability to have play 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deep can only help us. And the biggest thing that I told Gary in the radio today was really it comes down to when we substitute, our job is to keep us even or take us higher. And that's got to be the piece of the experience, because you look at one point in time on the floor, we had a junior in Joy Reed at the point position for us because we have an injury that's put Shy out for a little bit, and had to give Kiley some breathers. And you had Justice, a sophomore, at the 2. You had a junior, basically Maya Love at times, but then you also had Reagan Trum in there as a freshman. You had Tamori Planton as a 5 as a freshman, and you had another junior/sophomore in Audrey Myers. So we're still young in some spots and experience-wise, but one thing that this group has over and over again, there's no quit to this group, and that's what I'm excited about. Even when Southern Wesleyan made a run there late with us, we responded and made some big buckets, made some big free throws down the stretch, and we'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. Well, it's a challenge. I mean, we have to be very cognizant of what's happening and the environments we're in. The rim should still be 10 feet tall. We still got to be a great job at, especially on the road, you got to be a great rebounding team. Got to be great at the free throw line, which I thought today we were overall pretty good in both those aspects. And then the next part, we've got to get shots around the rim to go fall for us, because we got some shots, especially early, that fell. And then the fourth prong of that is that we've got to knock down some perimeter shots from inside out, and we did that early here today. We've just got to be able to do that late, and that goes back to what your question earlier was about the depth, and that can help us succeed.